I learned this because here we call the honey butter chicken biscuit the hubby chubby.
Huh?
You
I don't. To be perfectly clear, I don't eat stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I'm not turning up to get them either usually, but
Yeah.
it is in the cultural.
The hubby chubby.
The hubby chubby is as they are known here.
Okay. What would they be called elsewhere?
I think people call them honey butter chicken biscuits. They say the full name.
That's what I call it.
And we call them hubby chubbies. Don't ask me why. But when someone asks you, hey, you want a hubby chubby? You got to be clear about you got to know what they're saying.
Yeah.
And that might just be here. But I found that it's more common than I thought.
Welcome to another episode of Kosmo Unfiltered. And on today's episode, we're going to be talking hangover foods.
Hangover foods.
Specifically, we're going to talk about the honey chicken biscuit recipe we made.
Mm-hmm.
But then I think we should probably try something fun and see what, your top 3 hangover foods are.
Ooh.
I'm feeling a little rough right now. I ain't gonna lie.
I think I've only been hungover maybe 3 times ever.
I don't get hungover anymore. I just feel like last night I had 3 drinks.
You just feel bad?
I just feel like, just kind of like I could sit in the recliner and watch TV.
Yeah.
I feel lazy. I did have a biscuit this morning, though.
You did, huh?
Yeah.
Leftover biscuits?
Nope. I had a gas station biscuit.
Oh, that's why you feel bad.
That's probably right.
That's where you went wrong.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
It was just bacon, egg, and cheese.
From where?
On cue.
Ooh.
There's no bacon in it, though. I don't even know the machine you have to develop to shave bacon that thin.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't even know. You can't. It has to be cooked someplace else.
It just tastes like regret. It's like I shouldn't be eating this.
It looks like bacon. It tastes like bacon, but it tastes like they had to put bacon flavor on it because it's so thin.
See, I'll do like Brahms breakfast. I don't mind that. Brahms breakfast is okay. I'll try to avoid McDonald's. If it's the last thing, I'll do it. But man,
I haven't ate at McDonald's and I couldn't even tell you when. No, I could tell you when. It's been almost a year ago, and it was the only thing I'll eat from McDonald's is their breakfast sausage or breakfast burritos.
Oh, true. Yeah, we used to get those.
And I ordered 10 of them, and they said, "Can you pull over? Can you pull up, sir?" So I pulled up. I waited for 20 minutes. I'm like, "Well, what are we doing here?"
Oh my gosh!
Like, what are we? Well, most people don't know this. McDonald's breakfast burritos come in frozen, wrapped up already.
Whoa!
They just throw them in the microwave.
That's gross.
We got back to our hotel, and half of them were stone cold.
Whoa!
Like stone cold, like
didn't even make it. Like
they just got the freeze off of it, but they were still like 34 degrees.
Oh my gosh!
That was bad.
That ain't good. Not eating those.
Yeah, but the honey chicken biscuit we made, I should have let the biscuits rise.
That's all right. Time is of the essence. If you're hungover, you're not thinking about, I need to let the biscuits rise this morning. Like you're crawling into the kitchen.
And that's like a deer camp recipe.
Yeah.
Like when I'm at deer camp and I go, hey man, here's what we're doing, guys.
We got stuff to do.
And then I'm taking the used oil,
slept on the ground,
pouring it over the fireplace to start
get
a fire
it started.
That night. I did put a little bit too much SPG in the flour for me.
You'll notice I gasped when you. Oh wow!
Water.
You're like, this is 2 cups. This is 2 cups of flour. I promise you.
Water.
Drew's gonna shred you for that.
Well, I did coat the living shit out of them.
Yeah, they dredged them twice. Yeah.
So if I'd have dredged them once, it would have probably been just fine.
I mean, we tempted fate cooking, with hot oil over the Weber. That was
and a little. You see what happens when it splashes.
You were not on our side. There was blue flames like the whole time, just coming around the top. I was like, it is just dying to get in there.
Yeah.
Forces of nature.
I actually
One wrong move.
I actually got challenged to a. This is the first time I actually answered somebody. Somebody said, "Well, come over to my house. I'll outcook you." All right, some bitch went to his house, took my Weber and everything, and dude, it was like, who made the better meal?
Yeah.
And so he made a full meal on his smoker, and I made a full meal on my Weber. And I kicked the shit out of him so bad. Even his wife was like, "You need to quit cooking."
Dude.
And I did. I did chicken fried steak with biscuits and gravy and eggs and hash browns.
Yeah.
On a Weber, and he was like, "I don't this.
It can be done.
This doesn't make sense in my head."
A Yeti cooler, a bag of charcoal.
Yeah.
Some bits and bobs.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Do the chicken fry first.
Well, what'd we do? I got to pull it up. Long time ago.
Which one? What'd you think about the hot honey?
The hot honey was really good.
So the hot honey, for those of you that are listening, is just regular honey, and then I mixed in a teaspoon of our 7 pepper wing dust.
Oh man, there's
legit hot honey.
It was good. Let's see. I'm going through the recipes here. We've done Fat Kid French toast. That was not on the Weber. We did that big breakfast sandwich. That's not on it. The brisket tacos. You did. You remember you made the eggs down in there?
Yep.
Man, that was before you had the pool. It was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And then we did biscuits and gravy right out here. The $5 breakfast on a Weber was out here too.
Also out here.
Yep. And then the sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich. I think you did that on a Saturday morning out here.
Sausage, egg, and cheese. Was that here?
Yeah, downstairs. And then steak and eggs. Cast iron. I think this is me walking into Walmart. Yep.
I probably
It's me
cooked more
buying
shit
steaks.
on a Weber than, I've done briskets, butts, ribs, tomahawks, pork loins.
All kinds of stuff. Yeah, here we are. We're doing cast iron steak and eggs, $5 breakfast on a Weber, and our only other hangover. What was our other hangover thing?
I don't know. I bet you it was fried, though.
Oh, yeah. What was the other hangover thing we did? Somebody, if you remember.
Back in the day, my hangover.
Oh, hangover steak and eggs.
Yeah.
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 With crispy hash browns. Crispy.
Cripsy?
4 months ago. We were hungover wanting breakfast.
Yeah. And I tell you what, with the invent of the Blackstones and
Oh, yeah.
the flat tops now, that's so much easier. I don't know if they get hot enough to fry shit on top of them.
I don't know.
I doubt it though. Like that's transferring a lot of heat.
I've done my cast iron on top of it, the Blackstone, to do eggs in, and it does a good job. It gets pretty ripping hot.
Huh?
Well, my patio's not real level.
Oh,
so they just go running, and I don't enjoy chasing my eggs through a bunch of grease.
Why don't you get the mold?
I need to get a mold, but the cast iron's closer than the store. Need to get some eggs done.
And the Weber, if you notice when we set that cast iron on there, the grease runs one side.
Oh God!
Yeah, it does suck when
Lots of
when
rotating.
it does run. When it does run.
Yeah, I was a little scared at times.
I was thinking about it, and we were debating in the video. We had the eggs ready to go, but we were like, "Hey, this may be too much."
No, yeah, it would, because as big as the chicken turned out, it was going to be.
Yeah.
It's good though. I think I learned this because here we call the honey buttered chicken biscuit the hubby chubby.
Huh?
You never-
I don't. To be perfectly clear. I don't eat stuff like that.
Well, I mean, I'm not turning up to get them either usually, but
Yeah.
it is in the cultural.
The hubby chubby.
The hubby chubby is as they are known here.
Okay. I'm learning.
Like,
what would they be called elsewhere?
I think people call them honey butter chicken biscuits. They say the full name.
That's what I call it.
And we call them hubby chubbies. Don't ask me why. But when someone asks you, hey, you want a hubby chubby? You got to be clear about you got to know what they're saying.
Yeah.
And that might just be here. But I found that it's more common than I thought.
Okay.
But Whataburger isn't everywhere, though. Are they?
Didn't know Whataburger had them.
Dude, yeah, that's where they came from.
I thought they came from Chick-fil-A.
No. I don't think Chick-fil-A will serve you honey on the side, but they don't have a...
Well, they got those little... My wife gets them, the little mini chicken biscuits or whatever.
Oh, they call those the chicken minis.
Chicken minis.
Yeah.
Do you got to put honey on those?
Well, I think they brush them with a little bit.
Something?
Off the top, you know?
Yeah.
But no, the honey butter chicken biscuit is like a...
Whataburger.
That's Whataburger.
Okay, I'll try one.
Yeah, they used to have a breakfast burger.
I've had that.
That was not terrible.
No, it didn't. I'm telling you.
We used to get Hubby Chubbies down here all the time.
If you're hungover with that son of a bitch.
You better just Uber over there
Yeah.
to Whataburger
Yeah.
and revive yourself.
Yeah, that will.
They'll get you back.
That'll get you right.
See, well, it'll get you somewhere. On the right path.
Yeah, there's something about like greasy food, man. After a night of drinking, maybe it just like blocks everything from from continuing to absorb.
Puts a cap on it or something.
I don't know.
I was in Denver for Logan. It was his bachelor party. We're in the Mile High City. You know, we're all having fun, feeding off each other, and we go to this like speakeasy kind of spot.
Yeah.
And the bartender's he clearly loves what he does. Talented guy, knows what he's talking about. We're just like putty in his hands. Yeah, make me whatever. You know, I think we all had way more than we should have that night. And we go home and we got into the edibles and the other stuff. And dude, we were watching Gladiator, and I was laughing like it was the roast of Tom Brady. Like Gladiator is not a funny movie, but something else I was under the influence.
Was you hungover that?
Dude, the next morning I wake up, I'm trying to make coffee in the kitchen, and all we had was like a hand grinder to grind coffee with.
Oh my God.
And I'm standing there grinding coffee.
Right now for you.
I'm like, just trying.
How many drinks did you have?
Oh, I think I probably had 3 and a shot or something, but this is not a high noon.
Yeah, they're old fashioned.
There's probably like a couple shots of liquor in each one. Like, we're in Denver.
So
I'm not from Denver.
Realistically, you had probably 8 to 10 drinks.
It was a lot. And I'm trying to grind coffee, and my buddy walked through the kitchen, and we kind of like, and he comes back a minute later, and I'm like, how long have I been here grinding coffee? Has it been days? It's been hours? He's it's been just a few minutes.
I hurt for you right now.
I was still, like, we tried to go to breakfast at a place like that with big, greasy, whatever, and I just couldn't do it. It took me hours to get right. We went to the Coors factory right after that, so you got like a beer under your nose the whole time. I was trying to rally all day. I finally made it. We ended up at this bar for dinner, and like we ate greasy pizza and had a pitcher, and that was like, I was like, never again.
Here's the problem I have with drinking. I love it.
It's like that Midland song. People say I have a drinking problem. There ain't no reason to stop.
Yeah. I sit there and I go, why do humans, and think about this. Yeah. Because there's somebody going to go, oh, bullshit, that's bullshit. But think about this. Matter of fact, I just said this to my wife this morning because I had 3 drinks last night. 3 Jack and Cokes. 3. And this is from like, when did you leave? 2 o'clock, 2:30?
3, something
3
like
o'clock.
that, yeah.
From 3 o'clock on. So 3. Now, granted, they were in Eskimo Joe cups.
Oh, so they're big boys.
Yeah, big boys.
So it's like a glub, 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 glub.
No, that was about a 4-second glug. These are about 2.5, which they're probably about. It probably
3. Goes up each one.
Glug, glug, glug. Yeah, but that's with no pour top either. That's just wide open.
Yeah.
So I get it. Okay. But think about this, and listen. Did you ever hear back on the bingo thing?
I did. I was going to tell you in a minute.
But it's kind of like the bingo thing. Like, you don't think about it, and then somebody says it, and you're like, oh,
Hold on.
I never thought about that.
Hold on, man.
Why is it easier to forget pain than pleasure? Why is it easier to forget pain than pleasure?
Easier to forget pain. Why would you want to forget pleasure?
What I'm saying is it's easier to forget how painful something was versus
That's just evolution.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's just evolution.
So why is it you say, I'm never drinking again? 8 hours later, you're like, give me a beer.
Well,
So within 8 hours, you forgot the pain you was in, and you're already thinking about the pleasure that produced that pain.
that's just chemicals. That's all it is.
Why is that, though?
It's just chemicals. It's like my wife. Well, you have the baby, you go through all the first year of all the craziness, and the minute they get a little independent, we should have another one. No, did you?
Yeah.
How did you forget
Yeah.
all the? No, like we just left the house. It's been a year.
This thing's a decoy.
And we've been here a year. We just left.
What'd he say?
Okay, here. He said, and I quote, haha, the talking about in this podcast. Grammatically, it works either way, but it's like referring to the dog, likely referring to the dog because of the proximity of the pronoun to the previous noun. If it was referring to the farmer, better writing would be, there was a farmer named Bingo who had a dog. Which I think
He's making a case. He's making a case for quote unquote likely.
Is there a conspiracy about who's Bingo, the dog or the farmer?
Somebody was probably up on peyote when they wrote that, going, these they'll never know. I'm gonna make them think I was talking about the dog, but it was my grandpa Bingo.
Grandpa Bingo. Does anyone have a Grandpa Bingo we could ask? You don't happen to be a farmer, Grandpa Bingo?
Huh.
That settles it.
So it could go either way.
No, that's not what he's saying.
No. He said he said it is likely.
It's likely Bingo's name because of how close that pronoun
Right.
is.
It's likely, but likely isn't always data facts. It's just more likely. It's not there. When you say it's more likely, you're saying that it's just almost as unlikely.
No, I think it'd be closer
60,
to
40,
likely.
60-40. So likely would be like 60, unlikely would be like 40.
Yeah, I mean...
And it's unprovable.
I just think if you're taking score, I think Bingo won. Bingo's the dog. By that math. I think Bingo's the dog.
It's likely he is... I agree with what he said. Likely we are talking about the dog.
Well, you could farmer so-and-so had a dog. Farmer could have a name if they wanted him to have a name.
There was a farmer that had a dog, and Bingo was his name-o.
I think Bingo's the dog.
You could almost debate that. It's just as likely that Bingo was the farmer.
Here, I'm going to settle this right now. I want to take you back
right.
to when I bought a refrigerator that almost fit downstairs. Now, it was likely that it would fit.
But it didn't.
So
then
did the fridge fit or did it not fit?
No. So you're arguing my point now.
No, I'm saying Bingo's name of the dog.
So you're saying likely the fridge would have fit. If it was likely, it should have fit. It didn't fit. So the 60% went to the wayside.
That's what.
For those of you that don't know, this motherfucker bought a fridge one time, and I told him, "You better measure that son of a bitch," because we buy from a dent ding place over here.
They're not even dent or ding.
I know,
they're
great fridges. Zero return policy.
Well, you can return it if you haven't pulled everything out of it. Like all the plastic, it has plastic all. If styrofoam, it's just like if it came from wherever, like new. Never been plugged in. And we tried, it did not fit at all.
It was like not only didn't fit, but it was like 2 inches. Not even gonna.
I don't even think it was 2 inches. I think it was like, because we tried to, thought we could shave the counter down, and it would have given us enough. It would have too, but there's nothing standard about that spot down there.
No.
We needed something.
No, it was.
That's what I'm saying.
It was set up for failure.
That's what all I'm saying is if it's likely.
And then we sold that fridge to Kevin.
Yeah. We barter for something we'd already, traded
something like that. And then the other day he told me, he goes, "You fridge out here to get." I was like,
"What happened?"
I was like, "Man, that fridge was brand new when we gave it to you. What'd you do to it?"
Dude, fridges are always that way. You get a new one and it's got the wrong name on the front. It's
I was like, what are you storing in there? How much Pedialyte and Metamucil you got in there?
Go easy on it, man.
Oh, that was funny, man. All right, so
Bingo's the dog's name.
Bingo was a
Leave us a comment. Who's Bingo?
Well, hey, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you like what we're doing, please share this with a friend, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.